and Buddhi.
Everyone, please say 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good evening to everyone, and nice to see all of you today too. And as usual, we are going to begin today's meditation session. Before we begin, we all have a wish to make, right? I sincerely wish that may this session also bring you a lot of peace and a lot of happiness within, right? And may be able to keep one step, at least one step forward in your Dhamma practice. For that, may this session be very helpful, right? With those wishes, we are going to begin today's session. So, dear students, last week we began the uh, the fourth step of Vipassana meditation, right? Fourth step of Vipassana meditation. All of you are kindly requested to observe the sensations, even that arise on the middle part of your body, right? Middle part of your body means the area which begins with your chest area, right? So right chest area and left chest area, and then the stomach area, and after that, upper back and the lower back. So within those areas, you were kindly requested to observe the sensations, right? So, right, observe the sensations, and whatever the sensations that you come across, you were kindly requested to observe them as impermanent, changing. And I reminded you that whatever the sensation that arises, it has only one characteristic. If it arises, then it will definitely pass away, just like everything else. Then at the same time, through your sensations, you understand certain you recognize certain truths, realities about the world. One reality is karma. Right? You recognize the reality of karma through your own experience. If you observed yourself well, as Vipassana meditators, if you observed yourself well, you might have seen this reality like this. Whenever you do any wrong action, or whenever you say any wrong word, or even whenever you develop a wrong thought, right, a negative thought, what happens is, right, what happens is, then you feel that the atmosphere within your own body, so it's changed, right? It is changing. Whenever it is changing negatively, it is getting impacted negatively, right? What are the um, what are the changes that happens inside the body whenever you develop, let's say, anger? When you develop anger, if you observe your inside, what are the changes that you notice inside your body, which were happening, right, at that moment? So have you ever seen the changes, the impact of your anger to your own body, right? What were the things that you noticed? Very nice. So heartbeat begins to, right? Begins to faster, right? Right? It fastens, and then yes, body becomes tensed, and the body temperature, it rises, right? And do you feel at that very moment? Do you feel comfortable or not comfortable? Not comfortable, right? Then inside the mind you feel unhappiness too, right? So all these things happen then and there, not later on. Leave the other consequences that you will face later on. So then and there you start experiencing karma effects, consequences of karma, right? Whenever you get angry, for an example, so as you said, we see the body getting tensed, and then the body gets rough, and the temperature rises, and then after that, the whole body feels uncomfortable, mind feels unhappy, right? So there are so many other things that happen inside when you get angry or any other negativity. Whenever you develop any other negativity, you realize the impact of it. So the consequences of your negativity then and there. Then at such times we have to understand. Understand that the karma is real. It is not something which is delusional. So karma impact, I think I told you about karma. So during the first 4 months, right? Right, Miss Shenas? Did I teach you about karma? Yeah, right. Right. I think I told it, right, Mr. Tim? Yeah, right. In when I was describing the categories, did I teach you that certain karmas impact in this very life, right? Right, Miss Fong? Right. Then this is one of them. Whenever you generate a negative thought, it impacts not later on, then and there. And if you do this is the consequences of mental bad karmas, right? And so their consequences minimum when it comes to result, right? But so there are vocal and physical negative actions that we do. So they are negative karmas. When they result, their impact is so big, so big. So we have to understand, and understanding this theory, what we should do is we should not we should not do such kind of karmas that can impact you negatively. Right? Then the meditator realize this nature within. Right? Then at the same time, you realize. Then at the same time, you realize the no soulness, right? The nature of no soulness, truth of no soulness within. Right? You recognize that there are so many sensations that don't that arise because of not because of your control, right? So those sensations arise so just so uh, because of the natural factors, right, Mr. Ina? Right? You recognize those sensations, and through those, by observing them, we understand the no soulness, right? Like that, these kinds of truths you realize by your own observation now. And when you observe these things and when you understand these truths by all by yourself, then and there, the changing, the inner change should begin, right? Uh, so to happen that, we have to practice very ardently, right? We have to practice very ardently. How do we measure the development of our meditation? So if our thinking pattern is different, if our jealous level, anger level, then hatred level, irritation level, and ill will level, if if the level of those negativities are going down, then you are developing in this practice, right? So therefore, check whether whether the level of those negativities are going down or not, right? And if they are going down, then you are improving in your practice, right? So please practice ardently, first for your own benefit, and then for the benefit of others. New students, they are kindly requested to practice breathing meditation. First step of breathing meditation, please pay your entire attention to your breath. When the breath is coming in, please be fully aware. When the breath is going out, please be fully aware, right? So if it is long, let it be so. If it is short, let it be so. If it is gross, if it is soft, let it be so. Just keep on observing those breaths as they actually are. Right? So let them come, let them go. So naturally and normally, your job is just to observe and develop concentration. Right? That is for the new students or the students who practice breathing meditation. Right? Then every day I teach you something for your life. Today too, I'm going to teach you something about focus. In life, we have goals, right? All of us do have goals. But if you keep but certain people, they lose courage because they try to uh, they bother too much about what the other people do, right? Other people's criticizing, accusations, and because of such kind of things, certain people let go. Certain people let go of their wholesome actions and wholesome goals in life. But we have to understand always the nature of people. The nature of people is to criticize most of the people, since they have negativities, and since they have this curiosity about the other people. Human beings in sociology, they teach, right? Human being is a social being, right? So they are curious about what the other people do and not do. Therefore, they are always bound to criticize. But what we should do as wise people is to focus on our goals, and so keeping our mind calm, even though if you are sure that it is a good goal, which is not harmful for anyone, then we have to march forward with your entire courage, right? Focusing on that goal, right? Step by step. Let me teach you a small story which is applicable for that, from Japan, right? Long time ago, in Japan, there was a monastery. Inside this monastery, one young man became monk, determining to practice ardently. Even even though he became monk to practice ardently, unfortunately, the other brother-in monks that he got, they were not that much dedicated. Most of them, spent their time talking. They were talking about politics. They were talking about all kinds of past stuff which happened in their lives, or the future stuff. Or they were talking about various kinds of other or crimes or such kind of things, or sports, but they were not practicing. Hearing all these things and engaging in such kind of conversations occasionally, that monk thought this is not the right place to practice. So he decided that he should abandon this temple and go to another temple where he can truly practice. Then, deciding so, he went to his master, right? And after visiting the master, he disclosed his ambition. He said, uh, "Oh, master, you are so nice and you are so dedicated, but my brother in monks, they are not that much dedicated. Associating them, I also feel disheartened. So I think I should go to another monastery and practice." When he said so, that Bante, the master Bante, he looked at him and then replied him like this: "Okay, so then I give you the permission to go. But before you go, you have to do me a favor." Then that Bante said, "What kind of favor should I do before I go?" Then that Master Bante said, "Okay, Bante, please bring uh, the spoon that we use to serve rice. Have you ever seen the Japanese spoon which they use to serve rice? So it's a big spoon, and in the middle of that spoon, so the space is big. It has a big hole, right? Then when that Bante brought the spoon, the master Bante said, "Okay, then please fill this spoon with water." The student Bante, he filled the front part of the spoon, the space of the spoon, with water. And then that Master Bante told him, "Okay, now please take this spoon with your mouth and go around the temple 3 times. And uh, when you are circling around the temple, you cannot drop even a bit of water, even a bit of water. If you even a drop of water, if you drop at least a small drop of water, then you cannot go. You have to stay. Now this monk is adamant to go. He really wants to go. So what he did was, uh, so he took that spoon by his mouth along with water and started circling around the temple. As his master asked him, he circled around the temple 3 times without dropping even a small drop of water. At the end, his master, he went to his master and told him that he fulfilled his master's last wish. And he took the spoon, which is with water, without spilling even a drop of water. And at that time, that master said, okay, that's great. I'm curious, I want to ask a few questions. Then that student Bhante said, okay, Bhante, you can ask any question. Then, dear student, when you were circling around the temple with that spoon without spilling even a drop of water, at that time, did you did you think about anything that you heard from those Bhantes? So the politics and then the crime stories or gossips about various kinds of people or the things which happened in the past. So uh, did you get any opportunity to think of any of those things when you were circling around the temple? Then that Bhante said, oh no, they even didn't, even for a bit, they didn't come, such kind of stuff didn't come into my mind. I was so focused on this spoon, and I really wanted not to spill any water. So I was just focusing on this. So nothing of such details came into my mind. Then Bhante said, so if you understand that, you know where is the best temple to stay. Wherever you go, you cannot escape from these kinds of people. But you have to understand where to focus and what to focus on. And focusing on it, you have to go through your own journey, right? What the other people do and not do, that's their case. Your focus and your deed, that's your case. Understanding that the student Bhante abandoned his idea of going out. Instead, he practiced well and developed in his Dhamma path so much. Then we have to understand. There may be a lot of people who criticize whenever you do something wholesome. There may be a lot of people. Sometimes, if you are lucky, you will find a few people. Then, if you are unlucky, you will find a lot of people. Then they'll criticize you, ridicule you, and will call you names, or will tell you that what you are, the way how you are doing is not right, or uh, so and if not, they'll say many people have done this and they couldn't succeed doing so. Like that, certain people will criticize, but still you have to focus on your own practice and keep on going, right? Then you have to do the same. You have to keep your focus and you have to check whether the thing that you do is wholesome or not. If it is not harmful, if it is wholesome, keep going with ardently and we achieve whatever the wholesome goal that you want to achieve in life, practicing so, right? Hope this spiritual practice also become helpful to achieve those things, right? Now, with that understanding, let's get ready to start today's silent meditation. Everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, and head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. And please let your whole body to relax. Please let your whole body to relax. Let your whole body relax from top to bottom, bottom to top. First, I will pay our sincere respect and gratitude towards the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Then after that, let's start today's silent meditation. Everyone, please concentrate. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimiso bhagava arehang samma sambuddho viññācarene sampanno sungato lokamido anuttaro purise dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati Swakato bhagavata dhammo sangdittiko akaliko ehi pasiko panaiko machatang veditammo vinyuhiti supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujumani bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici padipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani Atta purisa puggalam Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Nakkineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyakhetang lokasati Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very equanimous, patient mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are a new student, please practice the first step of breathing meditation as I explained. If you are an old student, please practice the fourth step of Vipassana meditation as I explained. Whatever the meditation technique that you are going to practice, I sincerely wish may your meditation practice become very, very successful. Please practice ardently for your own benefit and for the benefit of others. Everyone, please start your meditation right now. Now, everyone, let's get ready to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. If you are exciting newcomers or the practitioners of breathing meditation, they can change their posture. But please keep your eyes closed when you are practicing loving kindness meditation. Let's start. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards yourself first. In this whole universe, there is no one that you love other than yourself. You are the one that you love the most in this entire universe. So let's spread our sincere loving kindness towards yourself first. Please think, may I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards our dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Please think, me, my dear mother, me, my dear father, me, my dear teachers, relatives, and friends, be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards all those people. All those people. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards the people in the middle, at the center, the neutral people, the people who are not your friends, at the same time, who are not your enemies. Please think, may all the neutral people be well. May all the neutral people be happy. May all the neutral people be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the neutral people. Neutral people. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards our enemies. Before you spread your loving kindness towards them, if you have any grudge towards anyone, please let it go. And at the same time, so if you have done any hurtful action towards anyone, ask forgiveness by mind, mentally. And then please spread your loving kindness towards your enemies. Please think, may my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings in the universe. Human beings, animals, birds, insects, fish, and all kinds of beings who are visible, who are invisible, all the beings. Let's think of all of them. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. All the beings in the world. Samme sankhara anicchati yada paññāye pasati atanimmete dukkhe ese maggo Misuddhya Bhavatu Sambe Mangalam Rakantu Sambe Devata Sambe Buddhanu Bhavine Sabbe Dhammanu Bhavine Sabbe Sanghanu Bhavine Tada Sutti Mavang tuti. Satu, satu, satu. Now everyone, please calmly open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom, bottom to top. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, so whatever the technique that you practice, always to give your entire attention to that, right? Invest your every strength in it, right? So that's how the success comes. Uh, so if you don't pay your entire attention, then so still it will help, but um, it won't go. So it won't make changes all the way. So I mean, the mind has two levels. One is the surface level. Sometimes it can affect the surface level. So whatever changes which happen in the surface level of the mind, it won't last long, right? But if you want to change the mind from its unconscious level, right? That is the level that we want to really change, right? Then we have to pay our entire attention. When we pay entire attention and if we invest our entire strength, if we practice with our entire strength, then the changes will happen from the unconscious level, right? Those changes are the most important change, right? So give you everything, work very ardently when you practice, right? I know most of you do, but still, I really want to remind it to you so that you can practice ardently. You can remember to practice ardently. Right. Now it is the small break time. So if you want to go to the bathroom or if you want to drink some water, so I will give you 2-3 minutes. And if you don't want to go, please stay inside. Those who won't, please go. And after that, we are going to discuss another very important topic today, right concept, right? Samma Sankalpa. Okay, take your small break. Hmm. Let's start, right? Everyone, please say three times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, now during these days, we are discussing about a very important, very important 8 steps, which are very crucial for our practice, so which is called as 8 Noble Path, right? So all of you are provided with, um, so they don't have, long details about these topics. I only summarize all those topics uh, for your own benefit, but some of you I know already know about all of them. I mean, as topics, right? We talked about the first one, right? Uh, so these are the 8 steps which help us to come out of all negativities, to cultivate all positivities, and to purify our mind. Right? So to help, so to all these three, to fulfill all these three, so to obtain all these three accomplishments, these are the 8 steps, 8 parts which will help us. Right. So we learned the first one last week. Chingu, can you remember? The first step is no. I mean, last week, what did we discuss? The first step of 8 Noble Path is Shanti. Do you know? It's not there, but I can see. Oh, right. Oh, right. That's true. You you can already see it, right, Mr. Rina? Right view, right view, or right understanding. That's what we learned during the last week. And I taught you, whenever you have the right understanding or right way of seeing the world, then you develop right concepts, right? I already taught you that we are already living according to the concepts that we develop, according to the way how we see the world, according to the understanding that we got. Right? Different people have different understandings about different things. Right? That's how they uh, they look at the world. I remember one small Aesop's fable. One day, uh, a, a hen was searching for some grains. It was checking here and there, but it couldn't find any grain. But it found one one golden coin. The grain, it found one golden coin. Then the hen thought, this golden coin would be very valuable for the human beings. But for me, the most valuable thing is a small handful of grains. That's how the perspectives are, right? We have given it a value. So for us, the golden coin is the most important thing. But for the hen, it has no value in the golden coin. So for it, the most important thing is a handful of grains, right? A few pieces of grain. Right? That's how the perspectives are, concepts. Then we live according to those concepts in the world, right? Not only human beings, all the beings, right? Or even the insects, it has its own concepts, right? It lives with its own concept. The bee, it has its own concepts. All the beings, they live their life according to the concepts that they have developed. Um, Developed from the understandings that they do have. But here, the Buddha teaches us the right understanding. So, by practicing Vipassana meditation, what we gain, the first thing that we gain is the right understanding, the right way of seeing the world as it is. Not according to the Buddhist way, or Hindu way, or Christian way, or Muslim way, or Jain way, or Jew way, or so atheist or agnostic. According to the way how the world is, right? It has no label. And when you see the world as it is, then you recognize the truths related to the world. Right? I taught you during the last week. I taught you what are the truths that we realize, that we understand by observing the truth. I mean, observing the things inside in the world. Right? And I told you one thing. So we realize what are the wholesome things, what are the unknown things. This is one realization that we make. And then we understand about good karmas and bad karmas, right? And at the same time, we understand about impermanence, right? And suffering and no self, right? Then, like that, and cause and effect. The other one is cause and effect nature in the world. We understand all these things. When we understand these things, then these understandings lead us to right concepts. So please write down if you have the books. There are three kinds of right concepts. Number one is first right concept is renunciation. Renunciation. So you develop a concept inside. So um, so why should I? So whenever you realize, even though whenever you realize, when you do negative actions, when you cling to negativities, so only bad will happen to you. You realize, oh, I should not keep these things with me. So I have to let these negativities go. And since I realized that everything is changing and changing and changing and subject to impermanence, so I have to develop mental detachment, right? Mental ability of letting go, right? Then understanding that, so you start to let go of your craving, right? You practice craving. You practice to the ability to let go of craving. Right? This is renunciation. This is renunciation. So you determine whatever the negativities that I have, I will let go of them. That's number one in simple language. And then number two is whatever it happens, I won't get angry. This is the second concept. Third concept is whatever it happens, I won't harm anyone. Right? This is the third concept. So these are the three concepts that we develop within when when we gain the right understanding. Right? It is just like that. Buddha gives an example. Let's say there is a person who was trapped inside the jail by his enemies. He saw her enemies. Now, what will that person do next? Since the time that he realized that he is trapped or she is trapped, that person will constantly try to escape from that jail. Right? Whenever someone realize that because of ignorance, right, because of misunderstandings, that person was jailed inside negativities. Since the time that this person realized this, that person begins to get rid of all the negativities, right? And because of ignorance in the past, since I was uh, when that person realizes I was used to get angry and harm the other people, that person tries to get rid of that nature and change oneself, right? When so it is just like Buddha gives another example. A fish is trapped inside a net, right? Since the time that it realized that it is trapped inside the net, it it tries its best to get rid of that trap, right? Someone is encircled by fire, right? Whenever that person realizes that I am encircled by a fire, since that person doesn't want to get burned, that person tries that person's best to get rid of, to escape, finding a route, right? Like that, a person who develops, who gains right understanding, then because of that right understanding, that person develops these right concepts to get rid of all the negativities and to change oneself, right? Then whenever the person understands that right, understand, develops the first right concept, that person begins to reflect on one's own thoughts, right? One's own thoughts. That person thinks like this, right? When thought of craving arise, so there I told you that there are three kinds of, majorly, there are three kinds of negativities that arise inside our mind. Number one is craving. Number two is aversion, very nice. Number three is delusion, very nice question, right? Good job. So, craving, aversion, and delusion. So I told you what is craving, and I told you what is aversion too. If I remind, aversion has many phases, right? Same aversion comes as anger, hatred, fear, disgusting feeling, irritation, discrimination, etc. right? So even though we see them as different emotions, they actually they actually masks of aversion, right? And ignorance is the misunderstanding about the nature, right? So when uh, when craving arises inside you, that person who develops the first right concepts thinks begins to think like this: when thought of craving arise in me, so in you, so you think the craving is not beneficial for me. The craving is harmful for me, right? And it is not only beneficial, not beneficial for me and harmful for me, it is harmful for the other people too. It is not beneficial for the other people too. And this craving is not beneficial for me and others, both the parties. Therefore, I should try my best to come out of this craving, right? And um that person also realizes that if the craving exists inside me, the more it stays inside me, it is bound to obstruct my wisdom, and it will promote more negative actions, and at the same time, it won't lead me to the freedom of suffering. Understanding this, that person tries hard to come out of all the craving that person does have. Right? Whenever thought of craving comes inside the mind, that person begins to work. This is not good for me. This is harmful for me. I should work on this. Right? Whenever a thought of aversion arises inside your mind, again that person begins to reflect. That person thinks the aversion is not beneficial for me, not and harmful for me. And at the same time, it is not beneficial and uh, not beneficial for me and not harmful for me, as well as for the other people too. And it is harmful and not beneficial for both these parties. And if it stays inside me, so it will obstruct my wisdom, and it will promote more negative actions, and it won't lead me to freedom from suffering. Therefore, I should try my best to come out of my aversion. If you have anger, if you have jealousy, if you have ill will, or any so discriminating feeling, or any other thought, negative thought, which is related to crave aversion, you try to get rid of that as soon as possible, including fear, right? And then whenever a thought of ignorance arises inside, I told you what is ignorance. So you think there is no mother, there is no father, no use of taking care of the parents, no use of so there is no good karma, and there is no bad karma, and no use of doing good actions, or no use of helping others, no use of practicing giving. Like that, there are various kinds of thoughts, including the ignorance that you have about the world. You impermanent thing, you think as permanent. The thing which has suffering, you see it as a thing which has comfort, right? And you develop more craving towards it. And then where there is no soulness, you think there is soul. And then at the same time, so like that, so we have ignorance. I already described them earlier. So whenever thoughts of ignorance arises inside your mind, you realize that there is thought of ignorance inside my mind. This is harm. This is not beneficial and harmful for me, for the others, and both the parties. And this is going to obstruct my wisdom and promote more negative actions. And at the same time, this won't. If I cultivate this more and more, it won't lead me to be free from all the suffering. So I should get rid of this as soon as possible. Understanding that the right, good practitioner begins to work hard to get rid of those wrong kinds of thoughts. If they stay, you have to understand mind is the key for all our verbal and physical actions. If the mind doesn't change, our verbal and physical actions won't change, right? Then mind is the place where the change should begin, right? Then whenever you become mindful about your thoughts, so you help yourself to self-transform, right? The understandings that you develop through vipassana meditation, they are going to help you so little by little, right? To change yourself. And at the same time, you have to reflect on your actions, right? Whenever you are about to do a physical action or a verbal action or a mental action, so we have to think the same. Buddha says, uh, Buddha asks us to reflect like this. So this bodily action that I am doing, if it is a bodily action that I am doing, is it leading to self-harm or harmlessness of others? Or both, right? Is it an unskillful bodily act with painful consequences and painful results? If the answer is yes, you should give up. And if it is no, we have to continue, right? Then, if it is a verbal action that you are going to do, you have to think like this. This verbal action that I'm doing, is it leading to self-harm or harmlessness of others or both? Right? And is it an unskillful verbal action with painful consequences and painful results? If the answer is yes, you should give up that verbal action, stop that verbal action. And if the answer is no, then let's continue. And it is the same with the mind. Whenever thoughts arise, right, we have to reflect like this. Is this mental action that I'm doing, is it leading to self-harm or harmlessness of others or both? So, so, uh, so it is harmful for me, or is it harmful for the others? Is it harmful for me, harmless for me, and harmless for the others? That's what you have to check. And then, is it an unskillful mental action with painful consequences and painful results? If the answer is yes, you should give up that mental action. And if the answer is no, then we have to continue, right? If it says that this doesn't make any harm and it is harmless, then we have to continue, right? Then by practicing this way, a person can purify one's own physical actions, verbal actions, and mental actions, right? This is the practice of renunciation from all the negativities. So you do it through meditation, and you do it with the help of reflection, right? By being mindful with all the actions that you do throughout the life, right? And for that, you have developed the ability to stay in the present moment, right? And with each and every moment, you focus on your actions, and then you keep on purifying yourself, changing yourself with it. Then, so there are certain actions that Buddha asks us to do to practice this. Right? So they practice detachment so we can practice detachment from negativities by practicing giving, right? And at the same time, so promoting calmness within, right? Promoting calmness within. And then the understanding the nature of impermanence in wealth, people, and all kinds of other enjoyments. So we have to develop so mental detachment, right? So we had to, that doesn't mean so you should not have money and you should, so you can't live like that. What it means is so you associate all those things, but meanwhile you understand that they are impermanent and these are changing. We cannot control their nature, right? Then when they change, so your mind so doesn't feel deep sorrow, because you already know, you are at least to a certain level you are detached from so those things, right? And then by practicing meditation, by all those ways, you can renounce your negativities, right? And then number two, avyapad, you determine whatever it happens, you won't get angry, right? That's number two. Um, so if you mainly aversion means um, not being happy about the other person's success, and at the same time wishing another person's decline and destruction by mind, right? So that's what vyapada means, right? Vyapada, aversion means. Avyapada is the opposite action to aversion. So instead, you start to uh, think about the other beings with loving kindness. Right? Buddha describes it like this. So here, monks, a certain person lives with his heart filled with loving kindness, extending from group to group, extending from group to group. First to yourself, and then towards your parents, relatives, teachers, and friends, like that, group to group. And so above, below, around, and everywhere, and to all as to him or herself, right? Just like you, so well wish for yourself, you well wish and you share your loving kindness with the others, just like you share loving kindness with yourself, right? It doesn't matter whether the beings are living above you or below you, in front of you, or so behind you, wherever they are, you spread boundless loving kindness towards all of them, right? Without any discrimination, right? And then, uh, so he lives filling his heart with boundless, abundant, and pure loving kindness without hostility or ill will, spreading over the whole universe, right? So that person doesn't have any hostility towards anyone, any ill will towards anyone. That person only has love and kindness towards all. It's such kind of a heart that person lives. In the way you realize everything is impermanent, everything is changing, then you realize. So when you have that right understanding, you realize, why should I get angry towards the other people? Instead, uh, all these people, they gradually, so they all have this nature. Oh, poor people, these people, uh, without understanding that reality, they fight against each other, right? They harm each other. May no being do like that. Instead, may all beings be able to live so comfortably, peacefully, and happily. Thinking so, that person spreads with that right understanding, developing this right concept. That person always lives, spreading loving kindness towards all beings boundlessly, right? If you don't live like that, then conflicts happen, right? Only by having theory is not enough, right? Even recently, so starting from day before yesterday, even, even though Thailand and Cambodia are two long-lasting Buddhist countries, they are fighting over a border. I know. Certain so there are students who come from Thailand and Cambodia both. So somehow, we have to understand. All of us have to understand this earth. Yes, we have made boundaries, but those boundaries are just a place that we have enacted for the ease of governing, right? But when it comes to human lives, they are more precious than these so lifeless soil, right? So it is not Buddha never approves any war, right? Right, right. Somehow too much politics, right? Then we have to understand the person who develops right understanding then lives spreading boundless loving kindness towards all. But it doesn't mean so whenever someone so whenever it is the right time to act for oneself and the other act roughly for the protection of oneself and others, that person stay quiet, saying, "Oh, I'm a vegetable, come and cut me." No, that person will take right actions on the right time, spreading loving kindness towards both the perpetrator and the victim, right? But overall, inside, even while acting like that, that person will have only loving kindness towards all, right? So that's how that person will live. That person will have the concept of renouncing all the negativities, and at the same time, that person will have the concept of boundless loving kindness towards all, right? And third ambition that person would develop is avihimsa sankap, harmlessness, right? Harmlessness. Uh, Buddha says, Sukha kama hi bhuta dukkha patikula. All the beings don't like suffering, right? Do we like pain? We don't like pain. Uh, Sukha kama hi bhuta dukkha patikula. All the beings, they don't like suffering. They don't like pain. They like comfort, right? Therefore, Buddha says, Sabbe tasanti dandasse, sabbe bhayanti machuno, attanang upamankatva, nehaniya negatai. All beings like harmfulness, right? If someone comes to harm you, do you like it or don't like it? You won't like it. Sabbe bhayanti machuno, right? If the death comes to you and tells you, okay, tomorrow you have to die, let's go. Do you like it or don't like it? You will start complaining. So uh, uh, so so if you are not married, you will complain. Oh, I am not yet married. I can't die. I will die after the marriage. Those who have married but they won't have, if they won't have children, they'll cry. Oh, we are newly married. I cannot go until I see the first child of mine, right? So those who have children, they will say, I have a lot of responsibilities, so to grow these children up, so I won't go. But like that, but when the death comes and asks you, you have to go, right? Somehow we have to understand all beings fear death, right? All beings, they all fear death. Everybody likes to live comfortably for a long time. Then attanang mankatva, keeping oneself as the example, keeping you as the example, since you don't like it. Ne hanaiya, ne ghatai. We should not harm anybody. We should not kill anyone. Right? Right concept. So, since we understand that all beings, but with our own practice, with our own vipassana meditation practice, and by developing the right understanding, since we understand that all beings don't like pain, all beings like to live longer with good health and comfort, we abandon our own harmful actions. Instead, we live like this. Buddha says, Nita Dando, laying down clubs and stones, right? Sticks and stones that can harm others. Nihita Satto, laying down all kinds of weapons. Lajji, so being shameful to do harmful actions. You develop a shame to do harmful actions, right? Dayapanno, being benevolent, compassionate, right, towards others. And Sabba Panabhuta Hitanukampi. Sabba Panabhuta Hitanukampi means spreading beneficial or considerate thoughts towards all living beings. Right? This is the concept of harmlessness. Whenever you develop the right understanding, then you develop the right concept. And then, because of these right concepts, then you start to shape your life, right? Based on these right concepts, you start to build your life, right? And then they are the foundation. So these three right concepts are the foundation, which will help you to come out of all the negativities, develop all the positivities, and attain real peace, nibbana. Right? These are the three concepts where the foundation lies. Right? Then let's develop them. Let's develop the right understanding, and let's using that right understanding, let's develop the right concepts thoroughly and live the life harmlessly, peacefully, and happily. We are not going to live a very long time. Human life is not. We even don't live just like a tortoise. A tortoise lives for 150 to 300 years. We barely make it up to 80s, 90s plus, right? So therefore, we don't have very long time. Within the time that we have, let's work ardently. Let's try to come out of all the negativities as much as possible. So, and let's develop positivities as much as possible. And developing this gradually, finally, let's try to attain real peace, real happiness in Nibbana. With those thoughts, everyone, please join your palms and concentrate. අභිවාදන සීලිස නිච්ඡං වත්තා පචායිනෝ චත්තාරෝ ධම්මා වඩ්ඩන්ති ආයුවන්නෝ සුඛං බලං ආයුරාෝග්‍ය සංපatti සග්ග සංපatti මේවච අතෝ නිබ්බාන සංපatti ඉමිනාති සමිජ්ජතෝ. May all of you be well. May all of you be happy. May all of you be very, very peaceful and blessed. Sukihoto. Good night to everyone, and see you again very soon. Sometimes I have to go to Los Angeles in the next week somehow, so I will let you know. Most probably, then if I have to stay there, we won't have the luck to meet in the next week, because I had dedicated time over there. And then if it is so, we are going to meet in the next week for sure to discuss right speech. Right? Okay. Good night, everyone. See you all very soon. Good night. May you be happy. Right. Good night. So, Mr. Rain. Right. Wait for a moment.
There it goes.
Right. Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Right. Right. Good night, Mr. Howard and Mrs. Rita. Right. Good night, Mrs. Kim.
Good night, Bonte. Please let me know when you're in Los Angeles. That's where I am.
Yes, I know. But I think I will be very busy, Mrs. Kim.
No problem. Good night, Bonte. Thank
So
you.
if I have time, I will let you know for sure. Okay.
Okay. Good
Yes.
night.
Good
Thank
night.
you,
You know the, hi, Miss Liz. Good night.
Good
You know
night.
the good
Take
happened to you.
care.
Yeah. Rahul and Pragati. Good night.
Good night, Ben. Thank
Good
you
night.
so
You know all the good happened to you.
Thank
Mr. Rain. Good night. Right. Mr. Richard. Good night. Oh, is that
It's
Ashutosh?
me, Bahante. It's David.
Oh, Mr. David. Good. Right. Good night, Mr. David.
Good night.
Good night. Me all the good
I
happened.
enjoyed your talk. That was very relevant for me.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Please practice ardently, Mr. David. If there's anything, please call me. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Mr. Rain, good night. Mrs. Rain.